Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the new trading week. I definitely think we're going to have some pretty exciting moves this week in numerous markets, not necessarily just Bitcoin. So yeah, if you guys don't mind smashing that like button, we will go straight over to those charts. So Bitcoin, as you can see on the 4 hour, still holding up there. Had another little test to the downside here, but holding up well. So yeah, Bitcoin looking like it does want to come and try and take out this level around, we're calling it 19k, and I pretty much think that would get us, that would be all we needed to get us to well, to test 20k really. It's just the top side of the next resistance area, so the bottom side of the next resistance area, the top side of this range. So that is what is on the cards potentially. This is clearly the driver we've got going on here. The dollar literally looks like it's about to fall out of bed. I mean, initial target down here, maybe consolidating this zone, maybe even have a back test a bit higher, maybe, but I would not say that is the most likely scenario. And then we are going to then we're going for the big drop down towards 88s. And I mean, in reality, I mean, we don't even need to get anywhere near here, I think, to get 20k plus Bitcoin. I'm almost inclined to change this and say maybe even 30k, because I mean, we can pretty much see by looking at the at where Bitcoin is and where the dollar is right now, that, I mean, a move down to here could pretty much, well, I mean, 20 could easily get us to 20k. It probably will to get us to 20k. I would even probably say the dollar index getting down to here has about a 95% chance of getting Bitcoin to 20k, basically. 20k or beyond. Obviously, the 5% reason why I think we could not do is because at some point we are going to get a correction in Bitcoin, so we will get a pullback, and then we'll have to like form a new base and start to work from that base. So as it stands where we are right at the moment, 20k easily in reach with the DXY, only with a little move down to there. However, if we do then get the pullback, and it will just be an independent to the dollar index pullback, it will just be Bitcoin itself is overextended, people are FOMOing in, and we then get the inevitable pullback we get at some point. If that happens when the dollar is still round or out up here, obviously coming down to here is only going to push it up so far relative to its new lower level. So that's what I will caveat that with. So let's also have a look at that BTC dominance. Look at it. Yeah, just look at it, guys. I mean, this is basically the next target. I mean, I would expect some consolidation here, and then, well, in an ideal world, we are looking for lower. I mean, this is now looking like it has put in a top. We are trading lower than all this price action now. So I think realistically to break this level, trade in this area, maybe back test this, bounce off this, and then yeah, we will be heading lower, and it will be I mean, getting down into here would almost confirm the altcoin season for a lot of people. And yeah, if BTC's here or higher, I could definitely expect to see more momentum to the downside build as people then start to take some of those BTC profits and start chasing the insane pumps that we will be getting in the altcoins. Stocks as well, just have a quick look at stock futures, looking like they're going to try and recover, looking like they're going to try and basically retake this level. Important level, obviously this previous high here is where it is from. So yeah, that is what the S&P is going to try to muster today. So yeah, back over to Bitcoin quickly. We are now fully and formally on a weekly 9, so it'll be very important to see how this candle develops, and then actually, so far as actual TD trading, then see how the next candle then trades and develops, because the next candle usually is the more important one. So this one will basically where we'll either pump up, put in a high, or just get indecision, and then when we get the next candle, not necessarily a red one, it's still going to be a green one, but the next candle then, if it then takes out either the low or the high of this week's candle. So this week I've obviously just begun, we're not even half a day through this 7-day candle. So yeah, interesting to see what happens there. And we do know we have got the more efficacious 5-day TD9 sell, and at present an indecision candle, so we've got to push on, make this a green candle. I mean, we've got to get up to 20k to make this look okay. If we hang around here or lower, then this is going to look like a definitely a top, and we would expect to play out the 1 to 4 5-day periods, 5-day candles of sideways to down. Could just be one, could be four, then that leads on to more. But yeah, we'll see. But even 4 would be 20 days of potential sideways to down. So easily could see us revisiting around 16k. I think 16k being the most aggressive level for a pullback before then a bounce and taking out 20k and upwards, as in aggressive as in like the highest one. So a more less aggressive, basically what I'm trying to say is a more bullish, so a more bullish level for Bitcoin to bounce. So if it is aggressively moving to the upside, this is the most aggressive area for it to bounce from. But it could then obviously come down to 14. Could be some people even calling 12, and obviously they are obviously stronger pullbacks within this uptrend. So let's have a look at the stochastics. What are they telling us? 4 hour first. I mean, this is pointing up. This is we were talking about this last night, pointing up. This is looking like it could give us the impetus to just make it that little bit of the way up that we just need to get to probably get to 20k. On the 10 hour, well, 10 hour not looking so good. 12 hour, I mean, the function, the time element of this means it can't hold this trend line. But for now, because of that, because we've literally ran its whole course of the trend line, what I would be looking at, not necessarily if it's to drift through and then it'd be like, well, it's broken now, we're going to sell. I think it just would have to wait for it actually to come down back into the purple zone, and then it would look to play out as like as a sell, or some weakness, even if it's just more sideways. But I wouldn't just look for this now to drift sideways and break the trend line and then dump. I just will actually now look for it to potentially stay up here as long as it wants, and then when it starts to come down into the purple zone, then that will be the point that we then potentially look for the move down in Bitcoin. Daily as well, I mean, it's still right up there, still holding up there. Yeah. But obviously at the moment pointing down, but you can see how that is flip-flopping around. 2-day quite extended but looking good. I mean, whilst they're all up here, they're fine because they can stay up here. Just turning down round and then doesn't mean they're then going to come down and we're going to have a sell-off. It just means that they can potentially stay up there. But we are due a pullback at some point, and the stochastics could maybe help us pinpoint, not pinpoint, I think you can never pinpoint anything in trading, but give us a higher likelihood point of when that could happen. So yeah, important week really for Bitcoin. I mean, do we break this level and push on, or do we break back down, come back down to here? I would expect us to probably consolidate it here and then pull lower. I don't think Bitcoin would have it in it to come back down here and then bounce and just go bullish again. I think we would lose this level, but then I could be wrong. This could be the level, the range right below 20k with some crazy wicks into 20k. When I was thinking 14 to 18, maybe it's going to be well, 17.5 to 20.5, with some mad wicks above 20k that may get sold into, and then this may be the consolidation range. But that is a very I'll use the word again, that's a very aggressive area for Bitcoin to consolidate. That would mean we'd have to be incredibly bullish with a lot of buying at all times at the lower end of here, and no taking profit basically. And don't forget, I don't think we haven't got a lot more of new money coming in, so the old Bitcoin money is in a lot of profit. So it's not like the new people are buying here waiting for higher. The new people that buy here and wait for higher, obviously they're not really going to sell in here, but I think some longer term holders would very likely be distributing in this area. So yeah, just that to bear in mind. But yeah, that is it, guys. So plenty more videos coming for you today and this week. I'm very I'm very excited for this week. Very excited. I do think we're going to see all sorts of cool things, all sorts of shenanigans in all sorts of markets, not just Bitcoin, all sorts of markets, even crypto related altcoin markets, Bitcoin dominance, etc., Ethereum, but then also in the major markets too. So yeah, thanks for listening, and I'll speak to you guys later on today.